Now at 5, the family of a man who was murdered and then buried in a makeshift grave last week is speaking up about their loved one.
The body of 32-year-old Bradley Minder was behind the home on the 8700 block of Sylvan Drive. His roommate is under arrest. KTLA's Shelby Nelson joins us live from Riverside with the story. Shelby?
Rick and Cher, we learned from family that 32-year-old Bradley Minder had been renting a room from a friend's family out here in this Riverside neighborhood on Sylvan Drive. And we spoke to the victim's mom and friend earlier today, who really just had the same thing to say about him. They say that he had this heart of gold. He was a kind and loving person, always putting people before himself.
My birthday's coming up, and he always called me right at midnight. I live 2 hours ahead, so midnight my time, he would call me. It'd be 10 o'clock here, and he would call me and tell me, I got to say happy birthday first. Every year. I don't get that this year.
He's very considerate of everyone else over himself. Very selfless person.
Now, these are a few photos of Bradley that his family shared. Last Tuesday, Riverside police were called to the home here on Sylvan Drive in Riverside for a welfare check after Bradley hadn't been seen or heard from in days. Bradley's mom tells me that he had been renting a room from his friend's family, and apparently the suspect, 48-year-old Richard Martinez, was also part of that family. When officers checked the home, they learned that the suspect had told someone that he killed his roommate. That's when officers proceeded to search the property and detain Martinez. As police were looking, they discovered this spot in the backyard where dirt had seemed to be recently turned over. They called out cadaver dogs, which gave them the indication that someone was buried there.
Our detectives started just digging themselves where they saw part of the body. And then the coroner's office came out, ended up excavating the remainder of the body, and then it was determined that that's our victim, who the suspect killed at some point and then buried in the dirt in the backyard.
Now, Martinez has been charged with murder. The Riverside County District Attorney also filed an enhancement alleging that he used a weapon. Listed in the criminal complaint is a knife, a hammer, and a shovel. Aside from this, police say that Martinez had been arrested a few days prior to this for indecent exposure and for apparently being in possession of drugs. They say he was naked in front of the home, which is just feet away from an elementary school. Now, back out here live, as for that murder charge, he is expected to be in court on November 4th. Reporting live in Riverside, I'm Shelby Nelson, KTLA 5 News.
Shelby, thank you.